You are maxed out. Yeah, there was a lot of insemination that happened over the winter. Spring has started. Yay! Time to resume work on the field. We don't do that here. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia and play games to pass the time. We are back with the Farm Manager 2018 Grow Nothing $1 Million Challenge, and winter is coming to a close. At the end of the last episode, I said I was going to skip through winter because it would be largely me selling eggs, and indeed it was. You missed nothing at all. It was just waiting and selling animal products, so eggs and cheese and milk. We sold all sorts of stuff, and I did virtually nothing else. Nothing else has changed. The only thing I did was put in the training, which has already been completed, for reducing the price of buildings now down by 30%. So our buildings are 30% cheaper than we were when the game started. Oh, and I put a little path down here. But apart from that, nothing has changed at all. And I've got a plan. It's a controversial plan, Emrys. I'm looking in your direction. It's a controversial plan that I could fail miserably or could really boost our income. The very first thing I wanted to do is get some more training going. Do we have all the people breeding who are ready to breed? Yep, the cows are waiting for the inseminator, the goats are waiting, and the other goats are waiting. Those are all going to be some full pens. We should go run through the pens and make sure we're not maxed out on any of these. But training. Let's see what we can do here. Price of land by 10%, that's not really going to affect us right now. Machine durability by 10% means nothing at all to me. Increases the quality and quantity of the harvest, again, means nothing at all. Now, bills down by 7%, and it's only $4,000 to do that. That's pretty good. That's just money in the bank. That's all that is. That's just less money we're spending month by month. Increasing the strength of employees, and there's also one for increasing their regeneration time, or rather reducing their regeneration time so they'll get back to work quicker. That's all good. We're probably going to stall out on the spectrum of pricing, raising the minimum price and raising the maximum price. I think I pretty much got that where I want it to be. So even if the market is tanked, at least we're making a little bit more money. That's good. What else have we got kicking around in here? Loans. I don't want to take out another loan if we don't have to. Receiving a grant. Not so much. Rate of production up by 10%. That would be pretty good, and that kind of fits into my plan. So I am going to... Do I want to do that, or do I want to just flat out reduce our bills? Because that's quicker. Reduce bills by 7%, $4,000. It'll take 10 days. You know what? In 10 days, it's going to take me 10 days to start putting things together anyway. So, yeah, go ahead and just give me that one real quick. I hate the way this flips around like that. I don't want to look at the other training. I just want to click on the thing that I want to click on. Yes. Reduce my bills by 10%, please. That's fine. So selling everything over the winter got us hovering around the $100,000 mark, which is not bad. That's even with those huge loan repayments being taken out every month. We are effectively profitable. I could pretty much just let this ride. I could let this ride for probably several game years, and I'd make $1 million, and I'd repay the loan, and I'd make $1 million. I don't think that's super interesting, though. I don't think that's what is going to be very fun for you to watch. I mean, it's just going to be selling eggs, largely, and cheese. But cheese brings me to the crux of my plan, which, again, may be a little controversial. It could fall flat on my face. I don't know. The first part of my plan involves a new employee house. I know we still have 2 more spaces left in our other houses. We're not maxed out on employees, but we're going to need more. One way or another, we're going to need more. So my initial plan is to just go ahead and put down the employee house, which now only costs us $21,000 because we're getting all these buildings cheaper. Just go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. And then I want to just recover a little bit from that hit. So we're down to $75K now. That's the first part of my plan. It's just putting down space for more employees. Where's the temperature at? Still only at 2 degrees centigrade. So no honey is going to be produced right now. Still too cold for that. However, could sell a couple of these cows. Got a maxed out cow shed here. There's 4,000 back right there. That's going to help defray the cost of that employee house immediately. 29 out of 30. We can sell a bunch of these chickens. No reason not to. Those can go live on somebody's dinner plate. There we go. How about you guys? Yep, 29 out of 30. Off you go. Off you go. Go to KFC or something. You're 30 out of 30. You got to get cleared out. You're going to start to get all old and tired soon, and nobody likes old and tired chickens. How about the goats and the sheep? How are you guys doing down here? You are maxed out. Yeah, there was a lot of insemination that happened over the winter. Spring has started. Yay! Time to resume work on the field. We don't do that here. Okay, back to the goats and the sheep. Yep, you're maxed out. Wow, everyone's maxed out. Yeah, a lot of animal breeding happened during the winter. So, yeah, sell a couple of those. That's fine. And what do we got? Yep, you're maxed out. Sell a few of you guys. There we go. And how about you? Yeah, we'll shave off a couple of goats. There we go. And the rest of the cow pens should be okay. 4 out of 6, 4 out of 6, 4 out of 6. Okay, so all the cow sheds are 4 out of 6. The chickens are good. All the animals are good right now. Still not warm enough. Let me speed it up a little bit for honey production. And that's kind of a critical part to my plan. I'm glad I started this training prior to the honey production because I do want to defray the costs of everything as I'm going along. So we're back up to 85K. The house is built. That's fine. I don't need to put anyone in there at the moment. There's no reason for that. But while we're kicking around, let's just go ahead and sell some stuff. Always a good time to be making some money. Animals are ready for breeding. Okay, I'll deal with that in just a sec. Yeah, 602 units of cow's milk. These cows crank out milk. And that's another part of my plan, which may be a terrible plan, but it's my plan nonetheless. Let's sell off that. Goat's milk. You know what? When is it going off? 3rd of the 4th? Actually, that's not too far away. That's like a week and a half away. I'm going to see if they'll grab that in time before it goes off to make the goat's cheese, because goat's cheese is money. Speaking of sheep's cheese and goat's cheese, let's sell that off. Sell some of that cow cheese and sell that. Where does that put us, just for fun? Back up to 93. Okay, so we can still hover around the $100,000 mark. That would be great if we could do that. And I kept defraying the cost of everything I'm doing as I'm going along. Temperature, still 2 degrees. That's no good. I want to get some honey going on, please. Got plans for another hive here. Possibly a row of hives here. I'm not 100% sure yet. Oh, the chickens need to be bred. Nobody is surprised by that. Okay, everyone needs breeding. Okay, is there anyone who is still not waiting for the inseminator? No. Oh, cows. Oh, goody. Yes, good. I'd like to get some more cows in. Yes, call the inseminator for those guys. And who else? That looks like some goats, maybe. Nope, it's the sheep. All right, call the sheep person who does the sheep insemination. Call him. What's this? Carport. Yeah, I'm never going to buy a carport. I mean, you are giving me $4,500 for it. That's not bad. Just for fun. What's the price of the carport? How much does that go for? Because if that was cheaper... No, it's not cheaper. Okay. I'm going to say if it was one of those weird things where I had the bet to sell a bunch of sheep and it actually ended up being technically profitable for me to sell the sheep and then rebuy them back with the cost of the grant. But no, that doesn't work out with the carport. So no, we won't be building a carport. Why don't you just go away forever? Thank you. Who needs to be bred? It's the chickens. Nobody is surprised by that. A couple of game days later, while we just sort of sat around, and they just shaved off the loan payment, which takes us down to 68K. That is no fun every month when they do that. Let's see if we can just send some animals to slaughter to make up for that a little bit. No, you're 22 out of 30. You're 27. Yeah, we can shave a few of you off. Boy, it's 16 apiece. That $200,000 loan is going to get paid back super quick. I'm paying my loan back largely in chickens. The goats are breeding. I think I'm pretty sure I've got one full cow pen. Yeah, so there's 4,000 right there. Love it when the cows breed. Absolutely love it. How are we doing in here? 12 out of 15? Sure. You can lose 2 of those. What do you got? 10. I think all of these are all relatively cleared out. 13. Sell one. Why not? Courier could not find Muhammad Jordan. Well, I bet I can find him because I have a pretty small skeleton staff here. I bet. Why would I want the machine market? What would make me think I would want the machine market? I bet I can find Muhammad pretty quick. We run a skeleton crew around here as best I can. Yes, deliver a package to Muhammad. There you go. Who's ready for breeding? Chickens. No one's surprised by that. So at 73, that's a little less money. It's 1,042 units of milk. 1,042 units of milk. This is kind of coming to the crux again of my plan, which is we have way too much milk. We have way too much milk. And selling the milk alone is not really the moneymaker. The money's in the cheese. We all know that. And we're not going to get to animal slaughtering until we start making even bigger money. And we know the money is in the cheese and the honey, but the honey is only part-time. The cheese is year-round. Admittedly, the honey is for a good bulk of the year, but you know what? We're already into April, and it's still not warm enough for honey. So we've lost, I think, 4 months of no honey at all. But cheese, that's all the time. So the controversial part of my plan, and I can already hear the comments going nuts for this, is I want to put up a second cheese processing plant. It's going to be a hell of a long time before I could afford the large one. That's specialized training. That's going to be hundreds of thousands to do that. But I want to put up a second milk processing plant and get more cheese. And specifically to that, not only do I want to get more cheese, but I feel we're splitting our forces too much. I'm doing it. Boom, it's done. I feel I'm splitting my forces too much with the cheese, and that we're trying to make everything here. We're trying to make cow's milk, cow's cheese, goat's cheese, and sheep's cheese all at once. My plan is I'm going to split this up. So plant number 1 will deal solely with cow milk, and plant number 2 will deal with the goats and the sheep. That's my plan. I don't know how it's going to work out. Oh, cows are breeding. Yes. I can already feel the comment section going, what have you done? You insane fool. What have you done? Why did you not just save up more and get into the slaughterhouse? But the slaughterhouse, plus the plant for cooling, the storage with cooling, that's a ton of money. That is a ton of money. We'll get there quicker if we've got more cheese going along. Am I missing people who are ready for breeding? Yeah, it's just some chickens, not the worst situation in the world. Oh, you're going to be maxed out soon. And you're already waiting for the inseminator. Okay, so with the second plant down, now we need to get some employees kicking in. I only got 2 spaces down there. You know what? I'm going to save those 2 spots in this house down here for some more bee people. And they can just run along there. Let's take, it's not too far to the plant, let's use this new house to hire the people for the new plant. So we need people who are semi-decent and or cheap with production. 3 out of 5, 581. Oh, here we go. 3 out of 5 for 483. You're definitely in. Yeah, that one. Permanent employees 4, please. And what else? You got 2 out of 5. You're way overpriced because you've got other skills. That is not what I need. You're great with cows, not so much with anything else. Wow, we have really nobody to pick from. Nobody to pick from. And remind me, there's absolutely no way to rename this, is there? I can pin it. I can ask a question about it. What does this do? What happens if I click on that? I don't know. I'm going to unclick on that. It seems suspicious. Anyone else? 1 out of 5 for 614. Little pricey there. Super overpriced. 2 out of 5, 776. All these people with multiple skills are way more expensive. Aha! Leo Ali, 4 out of 5 for 550. I'm okay with that. You're on. Yeah, house for permanent employees 4. I'll deal with the breeding in just 1 second. I just want to see if there's anyone else I can hire. I want to get, what do you got? 3 out of 5 for 615. All right, we'll come back to that and get the third one. Who's ready for breeding? Oh, more cows. Super. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Now, do we have a maxed out cow shed now? Yes, we do. So sell off a couple of those guys. And let's go. Oh, everyone's breeding. Oh, you're still waiting. All right, you're waiting to be bred. That's fine. We'll come back to you in a sec. So, yeah, I want to get one more production. 3 out of 5 for 520. I'm okay with that. I think I'm broadly okay with that. Unless there's anyone better. Just scanning down the list super quick here. See if there's anyone any better than that. You're 1 out of 5 for 437. That's super cheap, James Wilson. I can train you. I'll train you for that price. Yes, put you in house number 4. Okay, is the plant actually done yet? No. All right, let's do a round of selling real quick. Yeah, sell a few of these guys. That's fine. And how about you guys? Oh, yeah, a few of you can go. Yeah, 16 a pop. It's all money in the bank. All money in the bank. Only some of that is sarcasm. Because you know what? It's 16 a pop. It's money we didn't have. You are 4 out of 6. You are 4 out of 6. 4 out of 6. And you should also be 4 out of 6. But you're waiting to get bread, which is good. 10 out of 15. That can ride. 12 out of 15. Yeah, let it ride because we actually want the milk now. 12 out of 15. I'm probably going to start only selling them when they are maxed out because now I want all the milk. All the milk, please. Let's go to the market. Let's sell up what we can out of there. Skim down here. You know what? Sure, sell the sheep's wool as well. That's 1,700. That's not nothing. Sell off that cow's milk. We'll make plenty more. Plenty more. We'll have no problem making that up. Sheep's cheese, cow cheese, goat cheese. Perfect. Excellent. What's the temperature? Still only 6. We're just not getting any honey. Part of the plan was getting honey early, but that part was a gamble. I knew that. You are almost done. Let's just speed things along a little bit until you are done. And then we'll get some folks in there. Oh, frame rate's dropping a little bit here. A little bit of a stutter going on. But while we're doing that, let's take James and give him a little bit of training. Not all the training. Let's get him at least up to 3 out of 5. We'll just pick these guys off when we've got a few extra farm bucks kicking around. We'll bump them up 1 or 2 levels. All right, you are ready. So, yes, 1. Yeah, absolutely. You and you. Now, here's the plan. You guys are going to be 100% on the goats and the sheep. Yeah, 50-50 that. Take all you want. Take everything you want. Now, over to plant number 1, we're going to turn you off of goats and sheep. And instead turn you on to the yellow cow cheese. So you're going to go 50-50 on that. Yeah, take everything. Take everything you want for cow's milk. We've got tons of it. Who's breeding? Chickens. Again, not a complete and utter shock. Somebody else? Is somebody else waiting for breeding? Yes, you are waiting for breeding. You are waiting for breeding. Excellent. Bringing us up to a shade under 45K and 9 degrees. Okay, we're getting in the range where we're going to be getting some honey sooner rather than later. So, that's a wonky set of hives. That's just a wonky set of hives. Bee houses are super, super cheap, especially now that we've got that training. So yeah, 1,400. Let's put up another one of these in preparation for it being above the required temperature. And I'm going to take and hire an employee in this house for that. So anyone semi-decent at the whole beekeeping thing. Yeah, you're 5 out of 5, but you're 818. That's a little high. 4 out of 5, 714. But you do have animal skills, too. I could always flip you around if I needed to. 4 out of 5 for 576. That's not the worst. That's not the worst. I'm not loving any of these guys. I'm going to wait for a refresh on that. All of them are a little bit too pricey for my liking. Now, are we over? Okay, let's deal with the breeding first. Yes, breed you. And who else needs to be bred? You're being bred. You need to be bred. It's all the chickens, isn't it? Oh, it's the goats. Okay. Rock on, goats. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, this is done. Let me just slow it down a second here. Slow it down. Now, would you like to give me a bee person, please? Just one. That's all I need. One person who is semi-capable at the concept of beekeeping. There's actually no bee people in here. There's one. 3 out of 5, 784. 3 out of 5, 558. 5 out of 5, 793. No, thank you. Albert Kelly, you are 0 out of 5 on crops, and you have no other skills. You are literally unskilled. You have no skills, but you're wicked cheap. I almost kind of want to hire you, but you'd be useless. All right, well, we do another refresh in there. Anyone want to try now? Any magical new employees? 3 out of 5, 537. Okay. Oh, here we go. 2 out of 5 for 458. Done, Oscar Thompson. 100% done. Yeah, you can live in that house. And let's get... Whoa, extreme close-up. Extreme close-up. Yeah, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with the breeding. Hang on. Let me get some hives down first. Let me see if I can actually do this without them being completely and utterly wonky. How far can I get it to the path? Just there. Okay. Okay, so 1... Careful. See, that's where I went wrong the last time. It was on the number 3. Messed up number 3 and everything just went to hell. That, and that, and that, and that. It's still not warm enough to actually get any honey, but when it does, we'll be ready. Oscar, yep, you're in. Let's give you a real quick boost. Yeah, let's just train you up a little bit. We'll come back to you later. Yeah, who's ready? Chickens. Yeah. And somebody else? Am I missing somebody? Oh, sheep. Good. All right. With all of that done... Oh, we did produce some honey. It must have just been warm enough to produce a little bit of honey. Good. Great. Fantastic. So, with all of that done, how are you guys doing on the goat's cheese and the sheep's cheese? I'm really just getting ramped up, so I'm not expecting a lot out of you, but I am expecting, hopefully, this will work. At least on the cow's milk, because we make so dang much of it. I just feel we weren't maximizing its potential because we were trying to make 3 different kinds of cheese at once. I mean, we're still trying to make 2 different kinds of cheese, but at least that's better than 3 different kinds of cheese. Although I do kind of want to play around with butter, too. In the game, not in the real world. That sounded weird when it came out of my mouth. But, you know, butter's butter. That's something we could be making. I'll have a think about that. I will have a think about that. I might sideline that to the second plant because they make everything kind of slowly either. Anyway, I want these guys to be cranking stuff. And where are we at? 39,688. Quick round of selling. Just to see what... No, we got some honey. We may as well dump it. Yeah, 131 eggs. Absolutely. 360 farm monies. Sure. I'm going to hold on to those. How much is honey going for right now? It's a quick $2,000. That'll pay for somebody's training, at least. Yeah, we're making some yellow cow cheese. That's good. Now, training. Let's see what we could be doing in here. Talk to me, training, about speed of production, rate of production. There we go. It's a long one. It's 90 days. Let's get rate of production up, because that will help everything we do in the future anyway. That's just a good, solid thing to have, and it was relatively inexpensive. All right. Where are we at with temperature? 7 degrees. In theory, these hives are not doing anything, but it will be there. It will be there. And now we've got one more hive, and then I want to think about another hive, probably right here. Going to maximize honey, well, largely to pay for everything I just did, but hopefully I put us in a better position in the future. What I'm finding about this channel is, or this challenge rather, it's all long-term planning. It's not what we're doing right now. It's what's going to happen a game year from now. So we'll see. Okay, I let a few game days tick by just so I could keep an eye on the production. I put all the cheeses up in the row here, including the new yellow cow cheese, which we have 150 units of. And I think, based on this very limited experience of the last few game days, I'm not hating the move that I made, because I think we're making a lot more cheese now. We're just flat out making a lot more cheese. We've got 300 units of cow cheese now because we're not splitting our forces and they're trying to make 3 different kinds of cheese from 3 different kinds of milk. Now they're just trying to do 2 each, which seems to be working out a little bit better. We'll see over the long term. We still have 610 units of cow's milk that we're sitting on. I almost think we should maybe look at the second plant also doing some kind of cow cheese, because we just have so much darn milk. But let's cross that bridge when we come to it. So we can get 300 cow cheese out the door for a quick $5,000. Goat cheese, 138, not bad at all. We usually only manage about 100 or 75 units of that. Yellow cow cheese, which the price is tanked, but our minimum price is up. So, you know, even though it's at the bottom of the barrel, we're doing a little tiny bit better. So that's no bad thing. And, of course, 253 chicken eggs for 688. Farm monies. And why not? 600. You know what? Just in case you guys are literally heading over there to get some, just sell 400 units. right now. I don't know how you do that, so I assume you have to go from A to B and go collect the milk in the warehouse and then bring it back here. So just in case you were walking up there to get milk and then you got there and you're like, hey, he sold all the milk before we could get here. We can't make no more cheese. Just in case that conversation was happening, now you got some. 28 out of 30. Sell a bunch of chickens. Yay. And a bunch more chickens out of here. And yeah, that's enough chickens sold. Thank you. Training is still a long way off. That is a long way off, but that will help boost our overall production. And we're going to have more production things here. All right, it is 10 degrees. We should theoretically be making honey now. I'm just kind of checking all these pens. 14 out of 15. Get rid of a few of you. I think if there's a disappointment in the whole milk cheese issue, it's the sheep. I think if I had to do this all over again, I might not have done sheep at all because they just don't seem to produce milk very quickly. Not quickly enough to make sheep's cheese super viable in terms of the amount of space they're taking up. And I may have a think about that. I kind of wonder, let me know in the comments, I kind of wonder if we just sell off the sheep and replace these with goats. Goats breed faster, produce more milk, not as much as cows, but they produce more milk. The only thing we'd really lose would be the wool, but that's not a huge money maker. I'll take that hit. We'll more than make that up in goat's cheese, to be honest. You know what? That's my next thought. Let me know what you think in the comments. We ditch the sheep and go full-on goats down here. All goats all the time. Speaking of goats, looks like there's okay, I just checked that one. That's the next thought that I'm having is maybe we get rid of the sheep because they're just not, I don't feel they're contributing. And for the amount of space they're taking up in our very, very tiny farm here, we could probably be being a little bit more efficient about the animals that we have. But we'll address that in the next time. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you as always for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.